we go. Does that sound a little better? I actually remember to turn on the software this time, but apparently the hardware switch on the mic wasn't on. So, awesome. All right, thanks for jumping in on that, everyone. All right, so today we're going to be picking up where we left off on that podcast website. Where we're at currently is a design that looks somewhat similar to what we have in production. So this is the production website, and this is the current site in development. We are getting the content from an exports file. So if we look at that podcast.io/export.json, we're getting all of the content from our current site. Now, some of the things that are going to be kind of tricky in here are the fact that we have the background images. This actual content somehow needs to make its way into the new system. Right now, we're just cheating by pointing to the full URL for the original image. So if we look here, for example, look at the background, we're going to see that the background image is pointing to, oh, actually this one's not. Why is this one not? Okay, so this is actually part of the design. If we look at one of the episodes, we'll see that this background image actually is not. So here we see the URL is for that podcast.io/assets/css/hello goodbye. And I think if we open this, we'll just see that's in the production application. So originally these images were actually a part of the repository itself. So if we go to GitHub, and I think it was under source, assets, CSS, goodbye. So here we have hello goodbye actually in GitHub's repository. So this isn't really going to be something we can do going forward. So what we need to do is find a way to eventually store these images in the new system somewhere. I'm not sure exactly. I'm guessing it's going to be on S3. Some of the technical decisions behind the scenes is that this new site is going to be hosted on Heroku. And Heroku isn't going to allow us to have a persistent upload, or persistent upload location. So if we upload stuff in one process, eventually that uploaded file is going to go away. So it's a different problem than we've had to solve so far. And if we look at the actual import, or the export that we have, eventually we're going to have to take these URLs and store them locally, and then the background image is actually going to have to point to the new location. So what I wanted to do with this was play around with Flysystem. And what Flysystem is going to let us do is abstract out where we're storing information. Flysystem is one of the PHP League's projects. So let's go Flysystem. Here we go, Flysystem, thephleague.com. And the idea is being able to have the files actually stored on some sort of other location other than just expecting it to be on the local file system. We see a question in chat, why Heroku? So a bunch of this series has been trying new technologies, and by new technologies I mean new to me. And I'm actually pretty comfortable with Forge. Let's see if that's Laravel Forge. Most of my sites up to this point, at least in the last year or so, have been hosted with virtual machines set up with Forge. In a few cases I've actually used Envoyer as well. And Envoyer is sort of a layer on top of any SSH, top of any SSHable host system. So it allows you to do push to deploy. It sort of does like the atomic deployment things. So these things are really nice, but it still requires you to manage the underlying VM at a certain point. Most of my Forge hosts are old enough now that they don't actually receive updates. So it's getting to the point where I have to start migrating these sites. Migrating them isn't super easy. I don't think there's no way to say migrate this Forge site to this other Forge hosted VM. So I just don't want to deal with this. Like I want to hand everything off. I have been seeing a lot of stuff with Platform SH, and I was considering doing this, but right now the pricing is a little too high for me, especially for some of these smaller projects where I'm not actually going to be seeing a whole lot of. I'm not going to see a whole lot of monetary gain from these, at least not right out of the gate. So trying to host anything, even on like a small host, I think is $50 a month. These sort of environments where you can just deploy code and the infrastructure is managed for you, updates are managed for you. I've become more a fan of that over time. I just don't want to spend all of my time doing all of the DevOps things that I'm not actually getting paid for. So Heroku's old technology, by some standards. It's been around for quite a while, and I've never actually used it. The one thing I did like about Heroku was its pricing. The pricing, at least initially, looks pretty reasonable, but I can see how, as I start adding things to individual projects, the price is going to go up. So we'll see how it goes. But that's kind of the design goal I wanted for this was that podcast currently doesn't actually make any money. It doesn't. We don't have sponsors yet. We don't have anything like. There's no real like tangible monetary gain for it. So I don't want to spend a lot of time maintaining it. I want to make sure that both Dave and I are able to manage the site. Dave and I have been doing a good job with the Sculpin application because we've been able to do a lot with this. So either of us can create content or make updates to it. And this is automatically being deployed using Forge. I think we have, I don't think this is going to expose anything, but we have the Forge webhook. That might actually have exposed something. So all we have to do is push code and everything's good to go. I kind of want that same thing for the actual application as well. So that's why I'm working with Heroku on this. So whether I'm with Heroku or whether I end up with something like Platform SH, or if I end up on Symfony.cloud, which is another option as soon as this is actually publicly available, all of these environments have read-only file systems. This is just a reality on many of these systems, so I need to get comfortable with it. So that's kind of why I'm allowing myself to try to work within these constraints. So if we want to do this with Flysystem, I could just do it out of the box. But I found that there is actually a bundle. Let me see here. A bundle in place that will work for. I don't know why that. There we go. A bundle in place to make working with it easier in a Symfony application. Likewise, there's another bundle that integrates to EasyAdmin that will allow you to upload URLs or upload images, upload other content inside EasyAdmin. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. This is not working the way I wanted to fly. So there we go. That link was clearly wrong. All right, so this is where I'm going to start, I think. I could require the Flysystem package, but I know that I'm going to need this bundle. So I'm going to composer require one-up Flysystem bundle, and that should get me Flysystem. But I might get both. I think they both deserve to be top-level dependencies. So composer require Flysystem, and then let me see what I need for Flysystem itself. Bootstrap. All right. I thought would just tell me right away what a composer require, but it didn't. So, all right, composer require. So we just need leak Flysystem. And it copied the whole thing anyway. And while we're at it, I'll just start here. Because unless one of Flysystem has been updated for Symfony Flex, GitHub. Oh, so one of Flysystem bundle. This is new from GitHub. This recipe for this package comes from a contrib repository, which is open to the community. Review the recipe here. So this is actually really nice. So early on, when I was spending more time talking about Symfony Flex itself, I mentioned that the packages come in two flavors. There's the contributed packages and there are the official packages. And I'm actually happy there was something at all for Flysystem. So if I look for Flysystem, what we'll see is that this package is a contrib package. And what this means is that it's not actually managed and maintained by the Symfony core team. So the Symfony core team doesn't necessarily own all of those packages, but they sort of vouch for the credibility of those packages and how stable they are and what kind of quality they are. So in this case, this is a contributed package. So what Flex is doing here is warning me that this package is from the contrib repository. So do I want to execute this recipe? So I have a few options, and I haven't seen this before. I think originally I just assumed it wouldn't do anything at all in this case, but it's actually doing some nice interactive stuff here. So do I want to execute it? Yes, no, yes for all packages, but only for the current installation session. Yes, permanently never ask again for this project. I think I'm going to do that. So what this is going to do is it's actually going to modify my composer JSON to, let's see here. So it's going to modify the composer JSON file itself to say allow contrib. So what I could have done apparently is not set this globally for the project, or not set this for the project level and just allowed it for that package. I'm not exactly sure how that would have worked, but I'm fine with this for now. So let's see. So we have packages, Flysystem. All right, so the default information here, we have a default adapter, which is local. So I'm fine with that. So that's kernel cache directory, Flysystem. And default Flysystem uses the default adapter and the alias, it's an alias of leak Flysystem. And then let's see what else we have. I think that's it. Let's see if the page loads or if it gives us an error. All right, cool. So the page is still loading, which is awesome. All right, so we have this here. The things that we're going to configure for now are probably just going to leave it like it is, because I am going to want to do local, want everything in local for now. So let's see, cache file systems. Okay, let's go to this one now. So integrating via, what this package does is I think it's a plugin specifically for EasyAdmin to work with some of the ORM entities. So let's see, automatically name. So let's just do this. And I'm going to look here. Let's see what the recipes are. Yeah, so this is another contrib package. So this uploader bundle should be installed, and Flex shouldn't ask for it again. Let's double check to make sure it actually does that. All right. Cool. And so let's see what its default config looks like here. Hey, Marcus. This is what can you help with? Did you have a suggestion or something that can be fixed here? Marcus in chat's saying, "Can I help you?" In the meantime, so we have mappings. So products, URI prefix, upload destinations. Let's see, So this is writing, what this looks like this is doing is it's actually writing directly into products directory on disk. So I don't think that's going to be what we need. If I go into, and Marcus, I'm not ignoring you. If you're still writing stuff, I'm not 100% sure the chat relay is actually going to get all of your stuff that you're writing. So if you are writing more things and I don't see them, my bad. All right, so okay. So Marcus says that he's one of the maintainers of this bundle, or was at one point one of the maintainers. So yeah, if you have any feedback, definitely paste it in. This is all new stuff to me, so I haven't played with any of it. Let's see. I think it was here. Was it somewhere? No, it was this package that said configure stream wrappers. Somewhere in here mentioned the uploader. Uploading image files. All right, so let's go into, so here's a little, it looks like we have a, looks like we have the annotation here. So let's go into episode. All right. And then we need to annotate this as uploadable. And then we need to add two fields apparently. So we have set field, set image file, it takes a file, let's see. So that's an actual HTTP image file. Okay, that's cool. So we have two columns. Image and image file. I think I'll be fine with this. Product images, so let's not call it that. We'll call it mapping episode around image file property name. I wonder what that's. That's this. Map to this. So let's do background image. So we already have background image as a URL, so I'm going to just reference that actually. So let's go back to, what was it, image file. And let's go to, yeah, so let's do that. So we can actually get rid of, this type here. It says undefined class file. So we want the HTTP Foundations file. So there we go. All right, so we have image file. Let's actually name this background image file. That actually makes more sense. And this mapping product images, I think, is relating to here in the, yeah. All right, let's go to uploader mappings, and we're going to call this not product images. We'll do episode background image. And then we needed this. Mapping. It's product image images. Okay, so this mapping doesn't actually refer to an object, apparently. Column name, this refers to the name in the uploader name here. So we'll say episode background image and file property name. This is where we need background image URL. So this is where it's going to post the URL name. So this might almost be a transparent thing for us. If we go back here, because we aren't marking this file as an ORM column, so it shouldn't have information there. So what we do need to do is have set image file. And so in our case, that's actually going to be set background image file. Background image URL. So background image file. So image file equals image. It is required that at least one field change. Interesting. I don't have an updated field. Use another property. So this isn't completely transparent, unfortunately. So background image updated. All right, so this file's changed actually. Background image. Actually going to tweak that a little bit. Public images. Images, episode, backgrounds. Now we need to check out the changes on the DB. So doctrine, create a new migration because we're adding a column now. We weren't originally, but we are now. And this is mainly to accommodate this error, or not this error, but this part here where if we just change the content of the image, then there's nothing in the entity to know that actually needs to be changed. So this is kind of a workaround for that. EasyAdmin entities. So then we'll go into configuring that in just a minute. Let's first see if we can get this to migrate. Okay, cool. So we've added this field. Now we can go and do some stuff with the EasyAdmin bundle. So let's open up our config there. EasyAdmin. So we already have episode listed. Let's see, uploading images in the edit view. Let's go ahead and side product. There we go. Type file, and we'll do let's go ahead into our admin. File loader exception. Oh, that's weird. I don't know why that came up, but it looks like it's working, so I'll allow it. All right, so let's go into the one where Summer got away from us. All right, background image file. Nor one of the methods get background image file, exists or has public access in entity. So I thought we did have that, but it's possible I just glossed over that part. I did. All right, so we actually need to get a setter for that, or a getter. Here we go. Set is there, but we also need a getter. All right, get background image file must be an instance of. Okay, get rid of this. So let's see, it should be null, but what did it get instead? I would think that it should just work. Custom namers. All right, well, let's bypass this for now. Let's go to new, see if it has the same problem. Add episode, get background image file, must be instance of that. I wonder if that's actually, might just be me needing to declare that as optional here. Yeah, so that was just on me. Awesome. All right, so let's go into here, the one where Summer got away from us. Let's show these also. So let's see, show fields. Yeah, the type hint was wrong. That was my bad. Thanks for that, Marcus. Image base path, product images, app path. Type image, background. See if that works. No, app path, episode background image. I think I saw a property that I need to be setting somewhere. Yeah, here we go. Parameters. Oh, need to put this in the right file. All right, so episode background image. Okay, so why is this not showing the other fields? Looks like if you add a field, you have to define the rest as well. Because if I remove this, actually, let's go back to the list view, see if that has the same problem. No. All right, well, let's edit this one anyway. Choose file. All right, so let's see what we have now here. So we have media URL, background image URL didn't change. So that didn't actually do anything. Let's go back into our go to dev and intercept redirects. Edit. All right, so let's see if it did anything here. Image. I wonder if I did this wrong. Image file. That's the problem. Let's try this again. No, it still didn't do anything different. All right, so set background image file. That was actually getting called. Background image file is getting set. Background image file updated. There we go. That would be the problem. So the problem is that just like it said in the helper, if you don't actually have a column that has changed, then it's not going to do anything. And this was background image updated. So it wasn't actually generating any changes to the entity, which is why it wasn't actually making any changes. So let's go ahead and try again. All right, let's go here. Yes, the one where Summer got away from us now says redmic.jpg, so that's good. Cool. All right, so that's happening. So let's see Where did I see this link though? Just figure file. Uploading other types of files. Show views. All right, well, we've gotten the upload part done. The part that we don't have done is using Flysystem. So Flysystem and VichUpload bundle. Namers. You know, it's possible these don't work well together. Use namers. Here we go. Storage is Flysystem. Let's see, so is there actual docs for this then? It's really all I saw. Installation, generating URLs, cookbooks. Using Flysystem. Here we go. All right, so upload destination, product images FS. Awesome. URI prefix. Okay, cool. So let's go ahead and do storage Flysystem. Turn off redirects for now. Driver ORM, storage Flysystem, rather than upload. Yeah, upload destination becomes the name of the mount. So let's go to Flysystem. All right, so we have the default adapter. Let's go ahead and name these something more reasonable. So let's do episode. Well, let's just leave it default actually. Local, so we'll do local and we'll do public images product. I want to see that the file gets uploaded to the right directory, but I don't know if this makes sense. Let's do public uploads. And for file systems, call it the default file system. Adapter will be the default adapter, and we'll set a mount. All right. Product image FS, we actually called it default file system. Go back here. Upload destination now becomes default file system. The URI prefix becomes uploads. The only weird thing here is that now I've made this stuff background image specific. I'm going to leave it like that for now. We can go in and change that later as needed. All right, so let's go ahead and run this again. Let's go edit, choose red mic, save changes. All right, so it actually saved changes. Let's see here, public. I didn't do anything there. Double check. Where did we say it was going to go? Kernel cache dir public. Oh, that's why. All right, so let's look var cache dev. What's it? Ah, there it is. VichFileUploader. App entity one doc. No. What was that doing? New. Okay. So it should be in public uploads. Looks like we do have a public folder uploads. There we go. All right, so red mic, awesome. Aspect ratio. Just make sure these are the same. Images. Yeah, so they're the same. Cool. So that worked. So one of the things I wanted to do was try to use Valet to do this local stuff really well. So I'm going to make assets are uploads.thatpodcast. And let's see what happens if we go there. Uploads.thatpodcast.test. 44 not found. There we go. Cool. So let's see. Kernel, what's a project dir slash dot slash loads dot that podcast. Let's do that. And then that should put everything in this folder. If we go to if we go to uploader, app path to background image, let's go to prefix, URI prefix. Let's leave it like that. So we put red mic in there. So this sort of gives us more of a feel that this is, say, hosted on Amazon S3, DigitalOcean's, whatever its storage thing is. So let's go ahead and figure out how we can display it. So list fields. Let's try to add this as a list field. Let's going to be way too big, even if it works, but I think that's fine. So let's go back to EasyAdmin list. Oh, it's on show. Let's do that. Show is different than list. Let's try to. None of these are show. Never mind. Let's do list. Background image, type file, base path is, there we go, inaccessible. Background image. There we go. These, of course, won't work. Oh, they will. Oh, that's cool. So before we actually move them over, it'll actually still work. Awesome. So this is looking as if we'd uploaded it off-site somewhere. So I like how that works. All right. Red mic. Okay, cool. And to be clear, though, what we need to do is go back to our episode template, because this works great. Yes, leave, but this is going to still show the URL based on assuming it's a fully qualified URL. So where's the background here? Episode. Here we go. Background image URL. And let's do twig. I feel like this should be something that would be easy to do. I'm just going to twig parameters. There we go. All right, so twig globals version. All right, so let's rename these while we're here. So right now we're doing app path episode background. What we need to do is something a little more generic. So let's do app path uploads. So all the places that we were using that need to change. So app path uploads, path uploads, twig version. All right, then we go into twig config. All right. You know what? No. It's not really a global. We're going to put this in episode controller. Uploads path. Get parameter. Let's see, was it? Oh, there's already a VichFileUploader asset twig function. Okay. All right. Thanks for that, Marcus. going to save a lot of trouble. So I need to tell it the type and then the name. Let's see here. So we don't need to do anything there. URL. Do I have to tell it a type? The product variable is hydrated. All right, so this episode background image URL. I think that's what that is. New. Mapping not found for field background image URL. Might be reading this wrong. Did he get the service? Image is the field name used in your entity where you added the uploadable field annotation. Okay, so at least it's something. Style. Okay, so it does get red mic, but it doesn't appear to know app path uploads. It works here. Does not work here. I wonder if there's something else here that we're missing. Marcus, if you have any suggestions on this, if I'm missing something easy here. Generating URL. Let's go to Twig. Serving files with controller. Net image to image file. Not the property property values. All right, so it looks like it's mostly working. It's just not figuring out the URL. Which I'm not sure why, because it appears to be able to elsewhere. This uploader, URI prefix. Let's do this. Let's see what it's doing. Yeah, so it's not even that. It's oh, I wonder. Silly Beau. Let's see if this works. Nice. As usual, it's not really a problem with the code I'm using. All right, cool. So here we have actually uploaded a new background image for this particular episode that's different than what was there before. What's actually stored in the database then is just the name. So I think ideally what I'd want to do is find out how to store specific uploads in different locations. For example, the background images for episodes I might want in one location, the actual MP3s in another. One of the things that I want to do is post-processing on the MP3s themselves. So I'm going to want to have a pristine copy of an MP3 that's been uploaded, and that can be downloaded, and then I can push the new changes into it. But this is a good start, I think. We've got the actual file being saved. There's some metadata that I'm going to need to get out eventually, like width and height of the images that are being uploaded. But at least for now, end to end, we've got most of these things checked off. So we're using Flysystem, which hopefully means that it would be at least somewhat trivial to move the code to like Amazon S3 at some point. We're able to configure it with the Symfony bundle that's already existing, and we were able to get some files uploaded into EasyAdmin. So I say this is pretty good, at least for now. We've checked off all of the major bits to get this stuff up and running. I think that the next pass will probably be trying to do something a little more specific. Marcus on chat is saying that not sure if there's any side effects. Maybe you want to use the asset function from Symfony. Yeah, it's possible that we might want to use that, but I think that the main problem that I had was just not understanding the URI prefix being the whole URL. At least I think that's what is the intended thing here. I thought it was just part of that. So anyway, this is all the time I have for today. I'll be back again tomorrow, and we can take a look at a little more of this stuff. If you have questions, feel free to send me an email, find me on Twitter, and definitely if you're watching, feel free to jump into chat as well. So I'm more than happy to talk to people as we go, look at other things as we go. So thank you very much, and I will see you all tomorrow.